CalEarth is a non-profit organization of how to provide shelter for the people in the world with the material that's down under their feet. There are over 1 billion people in the world who do not have a shelter suitable for living. How can we build shelters for people in the world who have no money? You can go anywhere in the world, dig what is under your feet and build yourself a shelter. How can we transform spirituality into tangible reality? I believe that personally, if you start dancing and moving for your own dream, you will be the third dimension connecting the ground and earth and sky. Jalaluddin Muhammad Rumi, he more than anybody else worked on earth, water, air and fire. Those elements, if you can recognize them, if you understand their equilibrium of their elements, you will never have any environmental problem. These are the solutions. To have a quest is the key to all your desires. And I think we need to begin this from our children, because grown-ups are pretty much brainwashed. You only will see these things if you change your vision. Wake up. That's the message that comes to all of us. And thank you, all of you. We will be teaching you here everything we know. You work with your hands in the earth. You receive totally different knowledge. That's because we are here to find that essence of the essence. After this workshop, we can blindfold any one of you and drop you anywhere in the world. You get up and start creating things. If you call this earth under your feet dirt here, you have to do 5 push-ups. Because that's a 4-letter word here. Because once we call the earth dirt, that means we can pollute it with anything we want. We can dump our trash in it. We can never imagine anything beautiful could be created from it. Let's go into the lion's mouth. Close the office, and then in Los Angeles and Tehran, bought a motorcycle, went to desert and in villages for 5 years to learn these timeless architecture that existed for all these thousands of years. Even today, there are 1/3 of the people in the world who live in houses made from earth. Uncompromising philosophy has been here, that whatever we need is right here. So we always say, if you learn how to build an arch, you will know how to build these buildings, all of them. Because one arch is this dome. You rotate it, it becomes a dome. Right? You lay it down and you raise it, it becomes half of a dome, it becomes an apse. You take this arch and you add another arch back of it. Another one in the back of that. Now you're really creating a rectangular room, just like what you saw there, or the big house we are in. کاملی گر خاک گیرد زر شود. Earth turns to gold in the hands of the wise. To me, the beauty of this architecture is just like human face. With one little change, you will have 6 billion different possibilities. And this is to be close to earth or close into that spiritual dimensions will give you this seeing power. You will see things that you haven't seen before. And this are some of the secrets that we tell to our apprentices only. This is basically all the knowledge you need to start building. If it's thought that you built these structures to work in harmony with gravity, natural elements, they always come out beautiful. And the secrets of the extra beauty is when you put them next to each other. Because this knowledge of Earth sometimes can be the greatest wealth you can find. Once you have the solution structures done, once they work with the gravity and angle of repose and sun and wind, they always are going to be beautiful. Almost any site, any land that you have could have the material that you can build with. To me, in this architecture is really the rule of that you follow it without fear. So this architecture, you built them in total harmony with nature. The rest of it is done by the light. A universal architecture because it's based on timelessness, because it's based on the universal element of earth, water, air, and fire. And that can go anywhere in the universe. So today we'll be talking about design. How do you go about designing these things? For those who are not architects or planners or designers, how would you approach this? The alpha principles of Earth architecture that we carry on is arches, vaults, domes, earth, water, air, and fire. I believe with these 7 notes, you can really create almost anything. Those are almost unchanged anywhere you go in the universe. And we come up now with all these new design parameters that are based on those elements. Not that we are asking everybody to start building vaults and domes. This isn't about that at all. It is to show you the structures that could be reasonably built today that could withstand hurricanes and flood and even earthquakes. We are taking the best of the past and moving it into the future. So this unit then will stand by itself. It doesn't need a column. It doesn't need a beam. You don't need to cut trees. And yet, for us to build a small house, we have to go and cut the forest, create all these factories, bring cement, bring steel, bring plastic, all of that, just to build ourselves a small house. Definitely, it's like a martial art that you need to know the movement, the meaning of them. You're creating what we call shell structures. Take that egg in a long way and put it in the palm of your hand and try to break it. Whoever breaks that egg, we give them $100. We're still waiting for an egg to be broken. And of course, the kids, they say, oh, it's nothing. And they go, whoa, and then 2 people press, 3 people press, it doesn't work. That egg is a shell structure. No matter who says what we can do, there is never enough material manufactured in this world to go and build everything for everybody. It's just impossible. They have to use the earth. Earth, water, air, and fire are obedient creatures. They are dead to you and me, but alive at God's presence. Poem by Jalaluddin Muhammad Rumi. Here we have a pile of soil dug out by machine or hand. We'll be trying to build a small house out of this earth alone.
Building with earth is the simplest yet the most profound way of creating shelter with the world's most abundant natural material. In fact, every human child is born with the ability of moulding earth. And it is no wonder that many religions have cast the words, "Human was created from earth," as the words of God. Building this plan is started with a stake, a measuring tape, and a chain. This small sustainable house, which is about 400 square feet or 40 square meters, is designed to use minimum material to create maximum space. This is the way nature builds its flower petals, soap bubbles and seashells, or the way a new technology builds its aeroplanes and spaceships. The 슈퍼어도비 method uses long sandbag tubes filled with earth and compacted in layers, which are reinforced and connected together by barbed wire. This home utilizes sun and wind energy and is designed to resist extreme environments, including windstorms, floods, fire and earthquakes. These are all part of the teachings at Cal Earth, and learning theory and hands-on safely in the apprenticeship training.
Thus, a pile of earth is turned into this small house we call eco-dome or moon cocoon. Many have already learned how to build this house, and many more have seen the transformation of the earth. We have all learned the message of the great mystic poet Jalaluddin Muhammad Rumi, who says, کاملی گر خاک گیرد زر شود. Earth turns to gold in the hands of the wise. And what we are doing here, we're trying to build with earth under our feet the structures that will be very useful to people around the world. Emergency shelter, refugee shelter, housing made with sustainable elements of earth, water, air, and fire, and then teaching them to people around the world so that they can create their own shelter, their own community. Earth turns to gold in the hands of the wise.